Peace and prosperity, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are a new viewer, then welcome. You may have stumbled across this video by means of searching up Vipassana, and you saw me and you thought, you know what, let me give this guy a try. So hopefully I'll do some justice. I'm going to attempt to speak of my Vipassana experience. So guys, it's actually the 24th of September today, 2022, and I actually just completed my second Vipassana retreat. Wow. I'm actually here to talk about my first experience, which I failed, and I kick myself every day about not recording it straight after or not recording it in the days to come, because actually what happened to me was very, very magical, and it's my right, it's my duty to share it with you fellow seekers out there. So I'm going to attempt in this video to break down what happened to me during my first Vipassana experience. So first of all, how did I come across Vipassana, I hear you ask? Well, actually, I was in the Hare Krishna temple and I met this Chinese guy, and he just came back from this thing called Vipassana, which I never heard of, and he looked at me and he says, "You need to do Vipassana." And I was like, oh my God, message received. My life is quite mystical like that. These things happen, things fall into place, and the way I received this message at the specific time, I was like, wow. And he began to tell me more, and he told me things that really sold it to me were, number one, he said he cried a few times. And if you know me, guys, I'm always seeking ways to cry. I never succeed because I'm so blocked up, and I really just want that release. I really just want, I hold on to so much stuff, and I'm really just trying to release. So yeah, he told me he was able to cry a few times. He also told me that when he was eating like a bit of fruit, like an apple, it took him like 20 minutes, and he was proper like tasting like every atom of the apple and just really taking his time. And he also said that when he walked barefoot on the grass, he just felt this like real connection with the earth. He said the awareness was refined so much that he was able to do all these things. So I was like, wow, this is definitely something I need to do. Definitely could do with refining myself. And by the way, guys, I failed to mention that this background, you're probably wondering, wow, where the hell am I? This is actually Barcelona. I finished the retreat yesterday just outside Barcelona, and I made my way into Barcelona today because I'm actually going to India in 2 days, and I was stumbling across some greenery to try and find somewhere to film, and I failed to find anywhere because Barcelona was pretty busy. And I just followed this big hilltop where I am now, and yeah, it just took me on this journey to where I am now. So yeah, here I am. There's mountains somewhere over there, and there's like the city, and the beach is just over there. The sun's kind of setting over there. It's about 6 p.m. Sorry, I failed to mention that in the intro. But anyways, he told me I should do Vipassana, and I went and I applied for it online. So you apply for it online, you just fill out some information. I actually was a bit honest with them in the application, so this is a bit of advice for you guys, not to be too honest. Sometimes in life we've got to keep some stuff to ourselves. So I originally applied under my original name, Oliver Hanna, and I said that some mental problems, depression, anxiety, and they actually got back to me questioning me about this stuff, and I was actually told it's best not to put any of these things. Camera's cutting out every few minutes. It's a new camera, by the way, so forgive me on that. I need to work the settings. This is actually one of the first videos I'm recording on this camera, so forgive me in advance. So yeah, I replied to them saying, yeah, just general depression / anxiety that one faces living in a city in this unnatural lifestyle. But then I soon realized that maybe they didn't want to take on anyone like that, so I didn't take the risk, and I went under the name Hakeem, which is, I changed my name to Hakeem in 2020. And it's interesting that I'm actually using that name to go there because it symbolizes quite a lot, the refinement, the progression, and the future. Hakeem is the evolution of Oliver. It's actually the parent of Oliver. So I applied for it. I didn't say anything. I've never practiced meditation before. The less you say, the better in the application. You just want to get there. I applied for it and I was waiting. They said I'm on the waiting list. And one magical day, boom, they told me that I had been accepted and that I would start the Vipassana retreat. Now, I knew nothing about Vipassana, I knew nothing about the technique, I knew nothing about the course, I knew nothing about what it was, other than I was going to be meditating for silence for 10 days, pretty much. And it wasn't until like the night before I began to go on YouTube and I looked up a few videos, and to be honest, I didn't find that much. I found a few guys talking about the experience, but I didn't really get to the depth of what I was going to be experiencing. So, but I think there's some magic in that. Actually, there is a lot of magic in that. And if it is your first time, you are looking to go and do a Vipassana retreat, maybe best not to watch this video, because I'm going to explain in detail some stuff about the technique and some of the stuff that happened to me. I'm very grateful that I knew zero other than the fact that it was going to be silence and I was going to be meditating for 10 days. Because the magic that I experienced, and day by day, all the magic that was being revealed was priceless, actually. Because, you know, we have, you know, our mental construct and our intellect can often get in the way of magic truly happening. So these kind of things can happen with expectations and stuff like that. So it's best to go in there with no expectations, an open mind and an open heart. So if you are looking to go, don't watch this video, but you're probably here to watch the video because you want to find out more about what the hell am I going to do on this Vipassana retreat? What is this all about? Or maybe you're not even interested in Vipassana. Maybe you know me personally and you just want to know what I'm up to and what kind of crazy adventures and stuff am I up to now. Well, I'm gonna break it down. So I got accepted, and there's 2 Vipassana centers in the UK. There's one in, I think, near Bath. That's like the proper, like the hub of the Europe, that one there. And this one I got accepted to was in Suffolk. So if you don't know where Suffolk is, it's about 2 hours from London. I got the train there, and from the train I got a taxi, and I met these 2 other guys. They were both bald, so it's like a little bald link up that we had. And both of the guys had been there before, and I was like, man, like, listen, man, I'm kind of worried that, like, about my posture, because, you know, I have a lot of back problems. You know, sitting down for that long, that's going to be a bit of an issue for me. And the guy said to me, guess what he said? The more pain, the better. And I thought, is this guy taking the piss? Honestly, I felt to slap the guy, if I'm honest. I thought, is he taking the piss? Like, I'm here in pain, and he's saying, yeah, the more pain, the better. But I soon realized, and I'll reveal with time, why the more pain, the better is facts. So, yeah, I got in the cab, we went there, and I've entered this place, and it's like, it's quite dull, if I'm honest. I mean, I was kind of expecting, you know, the Hare Krishna temple, the manor, Bhaktivedanta manor, is very opulent, this big mansion, and in my head I kind of assumed it was going to be something like that. I heard the other ones quite like that, but this place was quite like, it's quite mundane. Yeah, it was beautiful, but like it wasn't like opulent and like paradise, like, you know, which was actually there was a lot of magic in that, I must admit. So I've turned up there and I've gone to this reception, I filled out this form, I've given in my electrical goods, and I'm sitting there and I'm kind of like, oh my days, like, if you know me, recently, in the recent years, I love to talk, man. I love to talk. I've got so much Mercury energy, communication's my thing, all the years of, okay, just cut out on me again, but I'm back. So yeah, I love to talk, and here at this moment I didn't know what I was getting myself in for, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to shut up for 10 days. Luckily, I met this guy Ross and we connected, so we were just sitting in there. They gave us like a bit of soup, so you have to arrive there from 2 to 5 p.m. Just to like register and settle in and stuff like that, and the noble silence doesn't start just yet. So I was kind of sitting with Ross, who was a fellow Virgo, so we got along like that, we connected. We were quite similar actually, and we was just like talking about different meditations we done and our journey getting there. And I was like, damn man, I'm actually gonna have to just shut up for 10 days, like that's crazy. So anyways, we went and put our stuff away in the rooms. I was sharing a room with 2 other guys, this I think because I went under the name Hakeem, they kind of put me with the ethnic guys, which was really good. It was one old Indian dude and one other like middle-aged Indian dude. So I was really grateful. I was in like the smallest room, which had 4 beds, because the other rooms had like 8 beds and stuff like that. So yeah, it was a lot more private. And check this, the bed I went on was 5D. It was 5D. I was like, wow, like 5D, the 5th dimension. So I was like, okay, that's a nice sign. I like that. So I was on the bed. If you know me, I sleep on hard surface usually. So, but I asked them if I could sleep on the floor. They said, you know what, it's probably best after sitting up for that long. That's probably best if you just stick to the rules, and you go in the mattress. So I've unpacked the stuff, I've met the few guys, a few of us are having a bit of talk, and then we go and we take this noble silence. We take a noble silence. So that's part of the process there, is taking a noble silence, because part of Shila, which are like the kind of regulative principles, do not steal, do not kill, do not tell lies and stuff like that. Obviously, when us human beings, we speak, we tend to lie. This is Kali Yuga, this is what us humans are good at, unfortunately. So yeah, observing noble silence is a very powerful thing. So alongside not having no phone, no distraction, we are now observing noble silence. So I think it was lights out at like 9 p.m. and yeah, it was off to sleep. So basically how it works, I think I've got the booklet here. I'm going to actually go into detail about this booklet and read some of the stuff they say. I'm just going to quickly share with you the routine, the daily schedule. So at 4 a.m, dong, don't know if that was the right sound, dong, they ring the gong. And me, for some reason, because I have a lot of Vata energy and air energy alongside the Kapha, heavy earth energy, which I'm constantly going between the two, I'm able to get up quick, even though I like to sleep. So I was up at the gong, go in, shower, brush my teeth, floss my teeth, tongue scrape, put my clothes on, and you make your way at 4:30 to the meditation hall. In the meditation hall, I set out, there's, by the way, men and women are separate. I failed to mention, sorry, the men and women are separate. We observe this same way in the temple, that is, men and women are separate. We make our way to the meditation hall, which is like 30 like cushions, like seats for the men, 30 for the women. At the front there's one male teacher, and the front there's one woman teacher, and there's like a TV screen on each side. So we went and sat down, and guess what? I was in row D, number 5. So again, I was in D5 seat, and my bed was 5D. So the 5th dimension, stuff like that was, some of you might be like, well, what does that even mean? But some of you out there would be like, wow, that's powerful. So I was really like, wow, a bit of synchronicity. So yeah, from 4:30 to 6:30, we sit and meditate. So we listen to Goenka, the teacher Goenka. I believe he's passed now. He's originally Burmese, and he just like really, I think, just started bringing the practice out from India to the West, and really facilitating these Vipassana retreats. Very powerful teacher. I'll talk more about him as we go on. But yeah, he does a bit of this like chanting, which at first I was like, what the hell? Like, he's like, serve it, Mangale, stuff like that. I probably didn't do him any justice. Shout out Goenka, because so he chants for a bit, and then in the morning, if you don't know, morning is spiritual o'clock. This is why the Hare Krishnas, we get down and do stuff in the morning. A lot of worship, a lot of meditation. This is the best time as well. In Islam, this is when they pray Fajr. The first prayer is early time in the morning. This is a very sacred time as well. In the zodiac, the 12 signs of the zodiac, each sign has dedicated 2 hours of the day, and Pisces is at 4 till 6. So these are the very spiritual hours. It's like a big opening. And in the morning, it's mode of goodness, according to the Bhagavad Gita. It's governed by the mode of goodness. It's a very sacred time, so it's a very good time to meditate. So yeah, from 4:30 to 6:30, we sit in the meditation hall. It's not mandatory to stay. You could go back to to meditate in your room. But anyway, at 6:30, we leave and there's a breakfast break. So we make our way into the breakfast hall. Again, men and women are separate now. And you go in there, again, still observing noble silence. You go in there and there's just a few things. So there's like porridge, all vegan stuff, by the way. And there's also vegetarian options. So there is cow's milk, and you know, with the savory food, there is things like cheese available and stuff like that. But generally, on a whole, it's a vegan diet that we follow. I don't know if that's to do with, you know, not killing, one of the rules, not killing, because yes, sorry to break it to you guys, eating meat, although you didn't kill it yourself, you're contributing to death. But anyways, guys, I'll let you figure that one out in due time. So yeah, we just kind of take a bowl. And what was I doing? I think I was getting oats. They had Meridian peanut butter there. Ooh, I love Meridian peanut butter. It's my favorite peanut butter. Although it doesn't work too good with my digestion, it's one of them treats, you know, it's one of them real treats. I'm actually quite skeptical as to, they say it's made of 100% nuts, but something so delicious and so indulgent, how can it be? I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. The Saturn energy in me, I've got a lot of Saturn energy, makes me question stuff. And you know, when something's too good to be true, guess what, it probably is. So I'm a bit questionable about the Meridian peanut butter. How natural actually is it? So yeah, I'd make like the oats, got the peanut butter, got some chop up a banana. There's different kind of things. There's cereal, there's bread and toast with jam, spreads, there's teas, herbal teas, there's all sorts going on. So you take your pick, apples, different fruits. So I was kind of sticking with the oats and the peanut butter and stuff like that. So yeah, so you eat, it says here from 6:30 to 8 a.m. is the breakfast break. So you eat, probably take you about half an hour, and it's best to let the food digest. Some people go back for a nap, which is probably good to, for me, it's personally good to walk around. I learned through Ayurveda, it's good for me to walk around after I eat, just to help with digestion and stuff like that. And at 8 o'clock, dong, the gong goes again. So it's now the group meditation in the hall. So from 8 till 9, they don't enforce it straight away, but it's actually 3 hourly sittings throughout the day are the strong determination meditations, where one has to sit for the whole hour, but I'll get to that anyway. So yeah, we sit for an hour, Goenka does a bit of chanting, you sit there for the hour, you leave, and then again go and have a little walk, and you're instructed to come straight back. So, and then from 9 to 11, you come back in the hall, and you have the option in this point they do like a little intro, they play the Goenka tape. He says a few words, does a few chants, and then they say you can either meditate here or go meditate in your rooms. So at these points that are not strong determination, where you have to sit there for the full hour and not move, I can't lie, I was going to sleep, man. I was getting a nap in. One bit of advice for you Vipassanas out there, Vipassana like wannabes, goers, is don't be too harsh on yourself, man. If you feel the need to nap during meditation time, as long as it's not strong determination hours, which are 3 hours in the day, 8 till 9, 2:30 to 3:30, and 6 till 7, then go for a nap. And it's very good to process stuff as well. I really found the nap was very good for like processing stuff and just like really closing in. So yeah, so that happens from 9 to 11, and then 11 till 12 we have lunch. Same thing, the gong goes off and we make our way, and there's all sorts of different stuff, all vegan stuff. Again, there is cheese if there's something that goes with cheese. Again, the teas, the fruits and stuff like that. And then also you can put your name down to have a talk with the teacher as well. So that happens after lunch if you have any questions. So yeah, you can break the silence, but only with the teacher. Personally speaking with the teacher every day, because yeah, I just wanted to talk and express my intellect and actually see if I was actually doing the technique right. I haven't explained what the technique is as of yet. I'm kind of breaking down the timetable. I'm trying to give some structure to this video, so bear with me, guys. So yeah, from 12 to 1, rest and interviews with the teacher. Boom, 1 till 2:30, back in the hall, meditation. You have the option of staying there or going in your room. Again, possible nap time. Boom, 2:30 to 3:30, strong determination. You stay in the meditation hall for the whole hour. Boom, 3:30 to 5, meditation in the hall or in your room. And then 5 till 6 is the tea break. Now for new students, and I was a new student at this point, You're allowed to have fruit and tea with milk, obviously alternative milk as well, so like breaking fast. But if you're an old student, you're not meant to eat afternoon. You have to follow this precept of not eating afternoon. So only they provide lemon water, or you can have like a herbal tea or something like that. So yeah, and then at 6 o'clock, boom, strong determination, back in the meditation hall for another hour meditation. And then 7 till 8:15, you have what's called a discourse. I never heard of the word discourse before. I don't know, it was a new word to me. Basically, we come in the meditation hall and they play on the screen Goenka, the OG. He, for an hour, it's basically him as a teacher teaching Vipassana to students, I think somewhere in the west coast of America in 1991. So it's just a recording of him in 1991, the year that I was born. Shout out Goenka. And there's something so magical about this guy. Now, I'm a man who talk in front of the camera. Yes, I've got this gift by Mercury. Mercury's given me this gift where I'm able to talk and communicate and blah, 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 blah. But Goenka, the way he's able to teach and present his words so poetically and so enchanting, and just, the way it's pure magic. His teachings are magic. And he also does it in he's got this nice, sweet, gentle energy, and he throws a bit of humor in there, and he's just a lovely, lovely character. Big up Goenka, man. And he basically just breaks down what's going on, what we're doing, and how we are to approach the current time that we're in. So basically, and after that, so that happens for an hour, more or less. And then after that, we do like another meditation for about half hour, 45 minutes till 9. And then there's a little question time in the hall after that, in the main hall, where you can ask the teacher some questions. And then it's lights out at 9:30. So that's kind of the day. That's the timetable here that I just read to you.